No rules.
Where are you, Kevin?
I don't know where I am.
How you feel?
Feeling like shit.
What's allergies or what?
I think I got. I think I was out Saturday with my son in the pouring rain building a fence, and both
Yeah,
the grandkids were sick, and he was sick, and I'm sick now.
Where's your picture?
I don't know. I don't know how to do this shit. She's on the freaking. Let me see if I can find it.
Should be a little camera symbol there. Just press it.
A what?
Looks like a little camera.
Where?
Yours is on the top. Mine's on the bottom.
Sarah, where can I get my picture on this thing? Do I have to do start video?
So it looks
Oh,
like
there it is.
she is. Good morning.
Hello. So what's up, boys?
So-
Petey, I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah.
My dates have been messed up. I'm still working, so this is the time I get ready to go to
Well,
work.
don't-
I'm just saying, it's just these are always at the wrong time.
Look,
Like I'm sitting here in my underwear drinking coffee, getting ready to go.
well, you know what they say. Excuses are like assholes. Everyone's got one and they all stink.
Well, it was somewhat stinky.
What are you doing for the weekend, Kevin?
Well, Sarah might be going, I think she is going to Tanglewood with some friends to see James Taylor. Yeah, I think they're going on the 4th.
I was there this past Saturday. We saw Paul Simon.
Yeah.
I got to tell you,
Where exactly is Tanglewood?
it's in the Berkshire.
It's in Lenox, Mass.
Yeah.
Right over the border in New York.
But I got to tell you, we always sit on the grass. We have sat in the seats. I find them uncomfortable. So we sit on the grass and we bring our chairs and we bring food and Kate and I get right in front of a big screen and
that's what we
get a
did.
view. The grass was like a carpet. It was absolutely beautiful.
Really?
Take off your
Shot
shoes,
asses
it's
on it.
like a carpet. They get 18,000 people into that place and keep it as immaculate as they do. It's
You know,
amazing.
we saw Lyle. I think I told you guys we saw Lyle Lovett there years ago.
Yeah.
He swallowed a bug while he was singing. He started choking on the stage. But we saw Ray Charles when the kids were small. We had the red wagon. I pulled them in on the red wagon. We had our people had candelabras and tables set up on the
Oh,
grass.
yeah, they do that all the time. We actually have a spot where it's about, I don't know, maybe it's about 10 feet from the walk, and it's right in front of the first big screen. That's we always find a spot there for two of us. I don't know how crowded it is. There's always some room to swing in, and we bring the chairs with the cover on them. So if it's hot or raining, we can sit underneath our cover.
You know, my favorite place to see a concert. Remember back they used to have them on the pier in Manhattan.
Yep.
Those were great. It
Yep.
was great. They had great, like, wasn't too big. They had decent, good bands. I used to love going to those.
Yep.
Of course, all the good stuff's gone now.
Well, a guy that was a carpenter, he was one of the foreman on a lot of the jobs I was on. His name was Sam, and he was, I guess he's about, I think he's 2 years older than me, so he'll be 73 in that neighborhood. But he used to volunteer at the what the hell's the name of the place in Eastchester, up by the Connecticut border? It's a big venue up there. We saw John Prine there, not the Capitol, Sal, whatever it is. But he used to wear a T-shirt to work. It said, "I saw all the good bands."
Yeah,
That's true. That's true.
I
gotta tell you,
who's your first concert?
Mine?
Anybody?
I think other than going with Grader to the Capitol Theater in Passaic to see Tripping Our Brains Out, to see Golden Earring and Meatloaf.
Oh my God!
I think we hitchhiked to Colorado, me and Maga, and then I hitchhiked to California from there and was hanging out with Diane and Jan Nachbauer and all of those girls. Me and Grader was out there. We all went to the Hollywood Bowl. We saw Jackson Brown open for the Eagles, who opened for the new Riders of the Purple Sage.
That's like 90,000 people, that place, right?
It was great. Jackson Brown blew them all away.
When was the last time you saw someone hitchhiking?
I saw someone the other day. I wouldn't pick him up.
I haven't seen anyone in 20 years. I hitchhiked to Canada once. I loved it.
My
Yeah,
best
yeah,
time hitchhiking was heading up to the American Music Festival in Syracuse, and I
yeah,
hitchhiked there from college.
Yep.
That was my best time. I got picked up by some lady in a van. It was classic.
yeah. I remember me and Maga. We just turned 18. We hitchhiked to Colorado because everybody was living in the mountains in their tents. Conrad Barker, John Collins, Kevin Egan, Eric Evanson. Who the hell else was there? Bill Davey was there. They were all living in their tents up in Hunter Creek Valley outside of Aspen.
Remember those days?
So we hitchhiked. We got on the road in Maywood on Route 80, stuck our thumb out. We got a ride to like the Water Gap, and then we were there for like an hour and a half. And Maggie's all, he was into the Bible at that time. I said to him, listen,
I remember that phase.
I says, if you start preaching to me, I'm going to push you in front of the first freaking truck that comes down the road here.
We were like radical.
Dude, we got picked up by a guy. He was going to I'll never forget this. It was in a marquee Brougham, this big freaking huge car. He goes, get in, I'm late. He drove us all the way to Denver.
Wow.
One ride.
Yeah, I want to tell you something. I got a ride from Montreal to Paramus. One guy and a black guy in a Cadillac. It's probably the same freaking guy.
That was a trip. But then we had to hitchhike. We had to hitchhike to from Denver. We had to hitchhike to Aspen, and we got thrown off the highway. We got thrown off the highway by the state troopers, and they told us, if you guys want to live, you better get your hair cut and get the fuck out of here.
Really?
And then these two girls picked these two girls picked us up, and they said, you're lucky no one killed you hippies out here. These cowboys out here don't like you guys. They drove us all the way into Aspen.
Wow.
See, I remember
that's
those
a
days.
story.
Freaks versus hippies.
Yep.
You got fights at Dairy Queen. The jocks
Yeah.
versus the hippies.
Yep.
At those days, oh my God.
That was like 75, around there, 74.
Yep.
That'd
Let me
be
tell you, let me tell you a story about my favorite band person. When I was about 20, my brother took me into the city with a few of his friends to a birthday party for Duke Ellington. It was at the bottom of the Seagram's building. They had like 5 different venues. So there's thousands of people there, and you go into one, you go out the other, different bands playing. So we're walking around. And I'm about 250 at the time. So I'm heading out the door, and someone's heading in the door. This old guy bumps into me, bounces 3 feet, hits the dirt. Benny Goodman. I knocked Benny Goodman on his ass. That's my claim to fame. It's like I was mortified, but he just like bumped into me and I didn't move.
No, was Benny Goodman at the time? Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew it was him. Yeah, shit, yeah.
So your brother was big into the jazz, right?
Yeah.
He played in San Francisco, right?
Yeah, he lived in Detroit a lot. Oakland, California, that's where he grew up or lived a lot.
Yeah. You know who else was into that was Mark Glaybau's brother, Peter.
Yeah, they were really good friends, and they're both fucking whacked out of their brains. Peter was a genius, but a crazy person.
Yeah.
Remember Dan Reardon?
Yep.
Used to call him Crusty Dan because he was crusty. What a bunch of oddballs back then.
Yeah, everybody was different.
And none of those guys had licenses because they were all drunks. So they could ride around town on their bicycles with big radios on them, listening to jazz.
Yep.
As crusaders.
Yeah, when I got to Colorado, I didn't even tell my parents I was leaving. I just packed up. I had a orange backpack, which I probably threw out about 2 years ago. It was like a $40 backpack, and I had a little orange tent, and that was what I went out there with. I had $250 in cash. I had just crashed into somebody's house at the bottom of Sarah Street with Kevin Egan in my Volkswagen. So Stephen Ballmer bent the car back out. I sold it for $500. I'm like, I got to get out of town. So I go out and I get out to Colorado, and I call my parents, and my father's on the phone. I says, listen, I'm in Colorado. I needed to get out of town for a while. He goes, so when you get home, you're going to get a haircut? and you're going to join the Navy. I go, well, I guess I ain't coming home.
You're gonna get a haircut and join the Navy. Jesus Christ.
And must you had to leave town a few times, didn't you?
What's that?
Did you have to leave town a few times?
Well, yeah, probably.
Those are fun times, though.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, though, I went to college without my parents even knowing. They were
Really?
they were on vacation in Florida. They came back. I was in college. I disappeared, and I
Yeah.
graduated.
Yeah, I actually had a scholarship to Lehigh for wrestling, and I said I had enough school. See you later.
Really?
I'm
You
done.
should have.
Well, it was funny. Years later, I guess my son Garrett was maybe 8 years old, and we had lacrosse tournaments, and they had a big lacrosse tournament at Lehigh University. So
Right.
we took our team and we went out there, and I pull on the campus and I said, I had a scholarship to this place. I wonder if it's still valid.
Yeah.
Didn't
Put it
Higgins
towards,
work
yeah.
there?
I don't think he coached there
I
at
thought he
Lehigh.
coached at Lehigh. Maybe was it someplace else in? I forget now. Football though, he came up here and played UMass. I thought it was Lehigh, but maybe I'm
Did
wrong.
you said you talked to him?
I reached out to him. I haven't heard.
Okay.
I thought he'd be an interesting interview.
You know that thing I sent you about the class thing, it's like the class of 73 thing.
Yeah.
There's everybody's names on there, but I don't know if that helps anybody.
I thought I'd reach out to Ian Abrams, but I don't even know how to get in
The
touch.
man of La Mancha?
Well, he's in Hollywood. He's a professor.
Yes, he was writing for that Bob's Burgers.
Was he?
Yeah, I saw his name on the credits a few times.
No kidding. Hey, this guy that Sarah's parents were really good friends with, the Pitlicks. They were all part of the Jewish ski clubs and all of that stuff. Their son, Noam Pitlick, was one of the actors in the first episodes of Hogan's Heroes.
Really?
And he also wrote. He was a writer for all of those shows.
Better off as a writer. You can't be an actor with a name like Pitlick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't work. I don't like to lick pits, but I don't like it.
Yeah, well, whatever floats your boat. So what else is happening? The freaking weather is brutal here. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it is here too.
Gonna be over 100 degrees.
We have a new air conditioning system, so I'm really happy.
I
Yeah,
have
good.
no problem. Air conditioning, mine works great. I'm just worried about a power fail
Yeah, yep.
because, thunderstorms, everybody using AC in full, that's the worst
Yep.
because you never know when it's coming back.
And
Well-
no air conditioning in the kitchen, huh? That's a shame.
Now, you know what? Once you're in there and you're sweating and you got a fan, you don't even think about it.
No,
when
it's
you go
all
out- only when you go out to the dining room and come back in do you think about it.
exactly.
Feel that cold air.
Exactly.
I've been doing this for 50 years. It's not like I don't know it's going to be hot in the kitchen in the summer.
Yep. No doubt about it.
And you have some guys that have been there for a while with you now, right?
Even like that guy's been with you like 10, 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I
impressive.
only have like 4 cooks.
But that's impressive
every
to keep-
we work ever since COVID. We're only open from like 12 to 8 the kitchen now. We close early because you walk around town, it's deserted after 8 o'clock at night now. It's not like it used to be.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. First of all, I don't think people have money to spend like they used to.
It's true.
And we're not twice, but we have to raise our prices because it's costing us a fortune.
Hey, the wife and I went to a place locally. We call it the Frosty. It's open during the summers with ice cream and hamburgers. It costs us $50. I mean,
You can't go to Burger King
2
without spending
sandwiches,
$18.
fries, onion rings, drinks, and ice cream. $50.
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
why go to a fast food place? Come to Finnegan's.
That's right.
Absolutely right. The only reason we go there is because, it's the atmosphere. Besides that, they have a sign up that says, you're not allowed to climb into trees anymore. It was put there because my youngest son, was climbing the trees, fell out of it, and had to get rushed to the hospital.
So municipal ordinance provided by your son.
It's right by a main highway, too.
So
All right.
it's funny because both of my kids are climbers, and my grandkids are both climbers, especially the youngest one.
Yeah.
But when you talk about getting rushed to the hospital, I'll never forget. I think it was first or second grade. I think I told you this story, Musk. We got out of Assumption School, right, for the summer. The second day we were out, Tom Flynn Jr. was our mailman. Now, he was like 6'4", right? He was a giant to us. And he would walk the route, and he'd come down, boom, he'd swing us around on his arm with his bag on. So he'd spin around in circles. We'd hook our arm. I let go. I would crash right into the tree, broke my arm. I was in one of them casts like this the whole summer, one of them white casts with the hanger down in there, pulling the shit.
My paperboy used to roll up a newspaper, tie it, get it wet, and then beat us with it. Andrea like its big brother.
Getting ready for prison.
Yeah.
I remember being a paper boy, riding the bike and throwing.
The worst. I used to have to fill in for people. Like when it's time to collect, it's like, oh my God, you felt like an orphan. Can I have $1.50 for the paper? Back then, it was a huge deal. So I don't have it right now.
Well, here's a question: who reads the paper today and gets it delivered besides me?
Yeah,
Me.
yeah, right?
I
I
get
get
mine
the times
delivered.
at work every day. It's mostly for the crossword puzzle and the trivia questions, though.
Yeah,
Well-
mine is just for keeping up on who died in the area and stuff.
I had the route from all the way from Thomas Street all the way to Arricchio Avenue, High Street, all the way across, like the high school and down.
Wow.
84 papers.
Wow, that's a lot.
And Thursday was, back then, Thursday was the big day because there was no Sunday paper.
Right.
So, but when we used to collect, we would, go out and collect, and there was this one lady that lived in that brick house right next to the police station. Her name was Mrs. Clausey, and she was an old biddy, a widow. She had blue hair, she had a mustache, and she always used to tell me she wanted her paper oily. I want my paper oily. And, so my brother Kenny and his friends, Danny Muller and them guys, they said, rub it on the chain of the bicycle. So I did. I rubbed it on the bicycle chain and I threw it on her. I put it in her mailbox. I got home. I got my ass kicked and I had to go back and apologize and give her my father's newspaper.
We must have
You
been
know-
from Brooklyn.
But it was 33 cents back then. It was 33 cents for the week.
Oh,
Did you have a
man.
bicycle that could hold 84 papers?
Yeah, I used to put the two baskets and then pile them on the top.
Wow.
It was insane. It was insane. Used to ride the bicycle to school and then go to Happy Graph's house and pick the papers up there.
Great names here.
We used to go to Hap Graff's house, and then when they stopped doing it, we used to get them from Mrs. Egan in the garage. But it was crazy. This lady would give me 35 cents, and she would lick her lips to get the 2 pennies back. And then there was another lady on Palisades across from Falato's house. She used to leave me a chocolate bar with almonds in it, a Hershey's chocolate bar with almonds, and $1. I never asked for change.
Wow, lucky guy.
Yeah.
How would you? We all have older brothers. We all know kids from, who were older than us and stuff like that. I mean, I remember my brother's friends and stuff. They were such an influence. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Especially if you're only a couple years apart, then you really, if it's too big a distance, they're separate. But
Yeah, exactly.
My brother was a lot older than me. He was 6 years older. So that was a big difference. But, the
Yeah.
Barry Kaplans of the world, Anthony DeTrani, and all that stuff. I mean, those guys were great.
great old Emerson names.
Yeah.
He was like a god in Emerson.
He was like a god to me.
even 20 years after he played football, everybody knew Joe Galino.
Yeah, right?
I remember him at the Park Ridge Thanksgiving game. I mean, running it, he was hurt and everything.
Who's the other? Orlando? What was his name?
Joe Orlando.
Orlando with the fireworks.
like
He used to have a
6'5".
fireworks.
That was
Yeah. They lived right on Randolph Avenue by me. He ended up I think he ended up getting mixed up with the mob or something after a while.
Didn't he do fireworks every year back
Yeah,
in the woods?
he did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every year they were great displays.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it was some good times.
It's the skunk cabbage back there.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, the Cassettas, they lived across the street. So
The cassetters
Cassetta, yeah.
for them.
They lived Donahue's house is on the corner of 4th and Randolph. It was the house right next door. They knocked it down, but it had a storefront on it. And back in the day, It was a little town store. It was right across the street from Orlando's house. And I remember Orlando's house, as a lot of Italian homes had, in the summertime, they had a kitchen in their basement.
We did.
Yeah, because it was cooler down there.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. The heavy cooking took place in the basement.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
I like that idea.
Yeah, that was some fun times down there.
Absolutely. Hey, Kevin, you were working on a pergola for your son. Did that work out all right or what?
We ended up finishing it. Yeah, we finished that in the blazing heat, and then the next weekend I went over there and I finished up. We finished up the fence and the gate in the pouring rain. It was unreal.
My wife.
That's
and
why
I,
I'm sick.
My wife and I are enjoying the pergola. It's like another room for us, having
Yeah.
it outside with the.
Yeah, this is it's an open one. He got it from Costco. You
Yeah,
know,
ours is an open one.
I just put an awning on the back of my house, and Sarah loves it. It's one of those automatic ones. It
Yeah.
goes out.
Yeah.
Because my deck gets so hot, you can't even sit on it.
Right. Ours used to be like that too. It was in the sun all day.
Yeah.
Even
We
the,
put up the
even the
pergola, and
ground
now we
gets
use
too
it
hot.
like an extra room. It's fantastic. The
Yep.
dog,
Yeah.
he's got a place
Yeah,
to
you-
go
you
sit in
gotta
the
keep-
shade outside.
You got to keep the ground from even getting hot back there. It's so freaking hot. You can't even walk barefoot.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what I was going to do this Trex. I was going to do the,
We have Trex.
but that stuff gets so hot. I ended up
That's why we
doing,
got the pergola.
yeah, I ended up doing wood. I ended up doing, the Southern Yellow Pine on it just because of that.
I know we did Trex, and not only that, we got furniture that's made out of that kind of stuff too. Almost like plastic furniture, but really.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, I think
yeah.
it was called Pollywood.
Polywood. Yeah.
I think
Yep.
that's the name of it.
Is that
Well,
where
we
birds
bought
go
us-
to do acting?
What's that?
Is that where birds go to act? Pollywood?
Yeah.
That's a joke you should have told.
You had a cup of coffee this morning, I said.
Yeah.
Hey, did you ever hear the one that Egan told me? So Egan back in his day, he was a joke guy, right? So he's telling me about this woman that walks into the bar and she's half in the bag already and she wants a martini. And she says to the bartender, "Hey, beer tender, I want a martini." So he makes the drink, puts it on the bar. She sends it in. She says, "Beer tender, I want another martini." So he says, "Listen, lady, I'm a bartender. I'm not a beer tender." So she sends it in. Boom. Then she starts again. "Beer tender, this martini's giving me heartburn." He goes, "Listen, lady, I'm a bartender, not a beer tender. That's a martini. It's not a martini. And you don't have heartburn. Your tits in the ashtray."
What's Kevin Egan doing these days?
He's not doing great. He's not doing great right now.
Really?
Yeah, he was struggling. He had some cancers. Yeah, he had some medical issues, and he felt. It's the whole thing. When you take care of yourself a little bit more, it's
Right.
it's rough. It's rough, but
When did
he'll do
you
all
guys
right.
start, like, analyzing every piss and shit that you take? Because I do.
Yeah.
It's like, I need to drink more water. I'm dehydrated. It's like,
Well, yeah, exactly.
I just got one of those kits sent from my doctor that you need to take a poop in, and the other one they sent me on the floor. I never did it.
the hard part is pinching it off a 2-inch piece before it all comes out. Because once it starts coming out, it comes out, but you got to
Yeah.
hold it there. Colonoscopy is the worst. You've had a real one,
Yeah, yep.
I mean, the colonoscopy is great. I love the propofol and I love the farting afterwards, but having to drink that crap the day before is
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible.
and
They gave me pills one time, and the guy's like, "No, you're not getting them no more because they don't work as good. You're back to the old stuff."
Jeez.
But hey, I know a lot of people that didn't do this. The guy right down the street, he was a cop, had great insurance, never went, and they just took the bag off his side. They were able to reverse it, but he's in bad shape.
I've
Wow.
had
In bad shape from it.
3 regular ones and 1 virtual.
Yeah.
I'm sad.
Yeah.
We don't die from that.
Virtual. How do you do that?
Say that again?
How do you do a virtual one for a colonoscopy?
Oh, that's what you're doing.
Was that what it is? Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. All right.
Yes.
It's a little box on the front porch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got 2 of them here now.
Well, send one of your dogs in and see if they know the difference. If it was my dog, you'd probably find a $20 bill in it.
You're dying of kibble.
He
But-
eats everything I do, so what the heck, I mean, What are you guys doing for the 4th? Anything?
I'm home. I'm home. I'm not going anywhere. She's going to the concert. My
You're not
son's
gonna
having
go
a
see the
party.
fireworks in New York, you guys? I mean, you guys are in Jersey.
You know,
know
my
what?
my sister's apartment is a great place for it. She's right on the Hudson in Fort Lee. I never go down there. I'm not interested in it. We used to have the great ones right here in town.
Yep.
They went on for like an hour.
I
It was
remember Ridgewood
insane.
had good ones.
Yeah.
Ridgewood and
But
Promise are the closest now.
I'm in the valley here, so when they started sending them bombs off, you'd hear like 4 or 5 reports. You know, it'd be like
Yeah.
boom, boom,
I love
boom,
like
boom.
your chest, like you'd feel it right in your heart.
Yeah, it was, and they would like the finale was insane, and there would just be the smoke. The smoke would just hover in the valley. It
Right,
was
right.
it was cool.
Well,
But
we'll come-
I'm just waiting for invitations to decline. So
there you go.
Yeah, we have nothing planned. Kate and I are just gonna hang out, I think.
I'm gonna try to
Go
get.
to the river and go swimming a little bit. Sit
Yeah.
in the river. We bring their chairs down to the river and just sit there. Sitting there,
What-
bring a beer.
What river? What river you go to? The Connecticut?
The Deerfield, it's right down.
The Deerfield. Okay.
Yeah, it's right down the block from me.
Yeah. We're going up. We're going up for my birthday on the 19th. We're going up to Brattleboro. We're gonna see at the Stone Church up there. We're gonna see Peter Rowan from Olden in the Way.
Are there still tickets for that?
I believe there are. It's an open venue. It's you sit in a church.
When was it again?
July 19th. It's an 8 o'clock show on a Sunday night. My brother-in-law David and his wife are gonna come. They're up that way.
Maybe we'll show up. You never know.
Yeah,
I
it'd
don't know,
be
it's
good to
30
see you.
minutes here, so-
I'm definitely gonna come up. I'm definitely gonna come up and see the boys at the boathouse. So
there you go.
let's plan on getting together there.
No problem. Hey, we got to bring this to an end. We're running out of time. Guys, great. I'm sorry about the emails, by the way, but I've been working a lot and I'm trying to spread the word and keep
Yeah.
this enthusiasm going.
I
think
just
we're
scroll
on to
down to the
something.
website.
What's that?
I just scroll down to the website and click it. That's all I do.
Well, that's all right. Hey, if you know anybody who wants to sponsor PJ, Finnegan's would be nice, but gonna do. If you know anybody who wants to be a guest, please let me know.
Let me talk to these young kids that my son knows. They have their own film company. It's
Really?
called Born Rivals.
Cool.
So they're like 2 years, 3 years apart, and they're doing very good. They travel all over the world filming. They do drone work and stuff like that. It might be something to bump you up with this
Yep.
and bump them up too.
Well,
Hey, Mike, let me
let's
ask you.
make one thing straight. It's not bump me up. It's bump us up.
No,
This is
no,
us-
you know what I'm
this is
saying.
an us thing. I don't want it
Yeah.
to be me. I can't do it alone. It's a
Everybody
us
has
thing.
to have a calculator and an estimator.
I see you post a lot of wrestling pictures. You participate over there?
I used to a lot. I used to run those clubs.
Really?
I don't anymore. Now it's taken
It's a
over by
club?
the guys we used to coach. Now
So
the
is your
guys that
club
we used to
stopped,
coach are running them.
in high school?
Yep, high school. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Good.
My kids used to travel. I used to drive kids all over the place for wrestling, for tournaments and stuff. I had the Honda van. I would take them all over the place. We would go down. We belonged to a club in Connecticut. We opened our own club. Wrestling during the summer was a big thing around here for a long time. And that's the way you keep teams, sharp and, keep the kids wrestling. It was good.
Yeah,
Yeah, but in the summer.
Yeah.
yeah.
Coach, we're going for a run. Okay, boys. Then we'd
Go
come
sw-
back and then we'd have something called senior chefs, boys only. Mrs. Braun would make us brownies like every day. We'd
Wow.
come into the woods all high and we'd have brownies waiting for us.
There you go.
Let's
Go.
end on that, guys. I got to
Hey.
get going. It's going to shut off in a minute.
All right.
Next week, we'll talk. Hopefully, we
Okay.
have something to
This
go
is,
with.
it. This is a good time for me right now.
Excellent.
Good
Seems to be a good time for everybody.
All right.
Excellent.
right.
Bye.
See y'all later.